up, you guys? It's Teal, and today I want to show you my absolute favorite way to spice up, jazz up, make even better a simple jar of spaghetti sauce. Ingredients that you'll need: 1.5 cups of cherry tomatoes cut in half. I like to use these colorful sort of heirloom ones because I like the way they taste, but it's totally up to you what kind you use. 1 whole green bell pepper, diced. 1 cup of sliced olives. I like to use black olives and kalamata olives, but if you don't like olives, you can leave them out or use whatever your favorite kind of olive is. 1/2 cup of diced yellow onion, and then 2 cloves of garlic, either minced or put it through one of those little garlic presses. Okay, then you're also gonna want salt and pepper for a little seasoning later on, and some cooking oil. You can either use olive oil or canola oil. I like to use olive oil for this recipe because it tastes better. So you can make this in either a skillet or in a pot, and you can use whatever size you need depending on how much you're gonna make. So it's pretty easy to work around whether you're cooking for 10 people or you're cooking just for yourself. This is actually a small enough amount of stuff that I'm gonna switch to a smaller pot than the one I originally had because I'm just cooking this for myself. Start by adding just a little bit of oil to the bottom of the pan. Just enough to coat it and cook all your veggies. Maybe about 1.5 tablespoons. You're gonna have the heat on about medium. You don't want it too hot. You don't want your oil smoking because you'll end up pan frying all of your stuff instead of just cooking it down and sort of simmering it. First things we're gonna add are the onions and the garlic. And we're gonna let these cook down a little bit until they start to get soft. Make sure you stir it pretty frequently so your garlic doesn't burn. After a couple minutes, the onions are gonna start to get translucent. That's when you add your green peppers. After about 5 minutes of cooking the peppers, go ahead and add the tomatoes. You don't need the peppers and onions completely, totally cooked before you add the tomatoes because the tomatoes are gonna sit there and simmer with everything for a while. And if you cook the peppers and onions all the way until they're done, then once the tomatoes are added and they sit there and cook for a while, everything's gonna be kind of mushy. As the tomatoes cook down, you're gonna notice the skins start to get all wrinkly and eventually the skins will fall off. This means they're close to being done. Now, how long you cook it at this point kind of depends on what you like in your vegetables. I like my vegetables to have a little bit more crunch and to be a little bit more firm. So I don't usually cook this all the way till everything's completely, totally done and on the verge of being mushy. If you like your vegetables being really done, then just cook them to the point that you like them. Now I like where my tomatoes are at this point, and you can see that it's also become really, really liquidy from all of the liquid that has leaked out of the tomatoes while it cooks. Now that I like how all of my tomatoes and vegetables look, I'm gonna go ahead and add the olives. Now you add the olives last because technically they don't actually have to cook. They're sort of just infusing the flavor of the olives into the rest of the dish and just letting it simmer for like a minute or two before you add your pasta sauce. After about a minute, now you can add your pasta sauce. Use whatever kind you like, whatever your favorite jar of pasta sauce is. How much you add is totally dependent on how saucy you really like things. Ooh. How much you add is totally dependent on how sort of saucy you really want it. How saucy do you like your sauce? I've said this about 10 different ways. There's no way to say this without me sounding like you like your life really saucy. So how saucy do you like your life? Add however much you want. For this much, I'll usually use about half the jar. Don't splash it everywhere, like on your face. Now just stir this around. And once it's heated up, you're done. That is how easy this is to make. This is so easy and quick to make. I wasn't even gonna film this today, but I decided, oh, I have a free hour. Why not? Plus, now I have lunch to eat. And you could easily add other vegetables to this if you have leftovers of things in your fridge, like zucchini or yellow squash or mushrooms, anything like that. You can just throw in this and add it to make a healthier, fresher spaghetti sauce using a jar of pre-made pasta sauce. Now go make it. Let me know if you like it. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.